What's up, world? George Duvall here. This is my third video for my YouTube channel, so make sure you subscribe. That's at George Duvall. And you can also catch me on Facebook and Twitter at Duval George. And that's a hashtag. Alright. But tonight, I've got a special guest. So we're going to do something different. Because this is going to be called Fostering Friendship, right? Because as you grow up in foster care, one of the things that happen is insecurities happen, and you try to find the right people to help make you a better person, right? So, I only have a couple of good friends in my world. They know who they are, love them very much, and peace out to them, and thank you for helping making me a better person. So, but tonight, I've got one of my best friend is here with me, and we're going to talk a little bit about it. So, the purpose of this is this. So as you grow up in foster care, right, and you move from place to place and you get insecure about trying to find someone to care about, as you get older, understand there is a great possibility for you to find someone to make you better. So you got to find the people to help invest in your life and invest to help you make you a better person and help you live long-wise. So I'm going to introduce my friend as we talk about this, Mr. Jay Dolman, as he walks over this way. Come on in here, Jay. And we talk about how our friendship developed and what makes us important. Thanks for the Kool-Aid. Red flavor.
Mine's great. Mine's purple.
What's up with you, man?
Got it, you got it.
So, man, as we sit here, we talk to the people, Jay. You know, we got a pretty interesting relationship, man.
We've been long and interesting.
Yeah. So how long we been friends?
We've been friends right on 16 years, man. It's been a long, fun time, and I wouldn't give it up for anything.
16 years.
16 years.
Man, that's been awesome, hasn't it?
That's been great.
Man, what are some of the things that make our bond, you know, so special?
Man, I mean, it just starts from where we developed. You know, it's we got our families. I mean, we put our families through the same things. We have high expectation for our kids. You know, we got just great families that we do things with, and then it's our activities. You know, the sports. You know, go-karts. And
go Cats.
You got the sports. You know, we both look at those lines and stuff. I mean, it's just us. We just share a lot of the same things. You know, we can depend on each other for stuff. It's like you called today about some stuff. It's like, hey, I got a question about this. You know, we talk about decks, building decks together.
Yep.
You help me build a deck. I help you build a deck.
Hey, don't forget that big retaining wall that we built with all that.
Retaining wall.
Yeah, that retaining wall. Don't forget about that either, man.
Retaining wall with 5 tons of gravel that we had to push by wheelbarrow.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. You did the brunt of that work.
Yeah, well, you know, man. You know, that's what friends are for, right?
Yeah, that's what this is for.
Yeah.
Build all that up.
So, it's one of those type of things, man. So, what I'm trying to do with this right here is reach out to my young people that I go through care and foster and adoptive care, is have them understand that it really doesn't matter, my history, right?
That's right.
Because I told you my history, and it didn't matter at all.
Right.
So when I first told you about it, what did you think?
And the first time that you ever told me about you being in foster care, I was kind of like, man, you know, it doesn't make you. And, you know, and after you gave me a little bit of history behind it, I was like, and you asked about me, and a term that I had never heard was kinship care. And I was brought up in kinship care because I was raised by my grandparents, and you kind of hit me onto that, and it's kind of like, so it's kind of like there was another bond right there. It's like, oh, you went through kinship care. I really didn't know it. You know, I just looked at my grandparents as my parents, you know, and just looked at it like that. And then you told me some of the things that you went through with foster care, and I was like, it sounds tough. You know, what doesn't kill you make you stronger, and it definitely made you a stronger person. So, you know, it did not make you, it did not make me judge you, you know, because you were the person that was, you know, first impression. You know, first impressions are everything. And the first time that I met you, you made a great impression. I didn't judge you for anything on your past or what you had been through. It was, George Duvall was a straight up front person to me, and that's who I wanted in my life. You know, I didn't want any busters or fakes. You know, I just wanted somebody who was going to keep it real and that I could share things with, and, you know, that would make me a better person.
Right.
That's what I
And you know, one of the funny thing about it, man, is that when we got together as friends, man, the first thing that really bonded us.
Don't know my fish tank.
He had an old Cadillac, right? A Cadillac, and we had this. How much did it weigh?
It was like 310 pounds.
310 pounds in your old Cadillac, and I'm talking about this. It was a two-door.
It was a two-door Coupe de Ville.
It was a Coupe de Ville, right? And so we had to put it in the back of the trunk, strap it down, and drive 10 miles an hour. But the conversation was good.
The conversation was great. We didn't have to go very far, but you know, it just goes back to the thing. It's I needed help.
Right.
And you know, you were right up the street. We had hung a few times. It's like, you know, maybe George will come help me. Man, I know more than got my foot in the door. And it's like, hey man, let's go. I mean, you knew what I wanted. You turned me on to the guy who built it for me.
Right.
And then once it was there, you know, it was a done deal. It's like, man, you know, I got you. And so here we were. You're right. This 310-pound, 75-gallon fish tank holder in the back of my car, weighed down, and
a two-door Cadillac.
Two-door Cadillac. Yeah, it's like a piano sticking out the back.
Right.
Yeah.
So it's like one of those things, man. It's like an investment. I talk about that a lot. You know, like you and I, man, we have this type of relationship as friends where you see things before I see them, and we like play off of each other.
That's it.
We know.
That's it.
You know, we know, but you know that doesn't come easy, right?
Yeah.
You know, so when was that point where you and I, like, got to that point where you knew that we were going to be, boys, we were going to be friends?
Man, I'll be honest, the fish tank was the thing that really set it off to me because, you know, it wasn't even that you felt that you had to help me just to move the tank because you're a big, strong guy. It's like, you know what, Jay's a cool cat. You know, I want, you know, you wanted to spend the time with me because after we were done, you stuck around for hours. And it was cool. And I didn't boot you out because the help was done.
Right.
I was like, you know what? I like this guy. You know,
fish tank's on, get out.
Yeah, you know, there's possibilities like, hey man, thanks. I really appreciate you helping me move this tank. See you again. You know, it wasn't like that. You know, we had talked before in the past, so you know that really started things. And you know, from that point on, you know, we just talked more often. You know, you were 2 blocks away, literally.
Right.
And you know, we just started spending more time. So, you know, the fish tank didn't make us, but it definitely brought us together.
Yeah, man. That's what I'm trying to say, man. It's like this. If you're going through care, don't think that the part where you're at right now is the end. You can spend time, but if the people around you don't make you better, well, you know the alternative. I surround myself around people that make me better. And if they don't, then they have to go. You know, because life is too short to worry about anything else. My buddy Jay, man, I can call on him on anything. Man, I don't think I've ever had to pay for a brake job in...
Since I've known you.
16 years.
Every vehicle you've ever owned, I've done the brakes on, I've done oil on, I've done some type of mechanical work.
True
and
story.
You know what? It's just something that I've known.
Yeah.
And because we're friends, you know, you help out each other. When you meet your friends, you know, you get to have the abilities that they have. One of the abilities that I have is I can change brakes, I can change oil, I can do things on a car. Me being friends with George, that's something he ain't got to pay for. You know? So.
No money on that one. That's
so,
right.
You know,
so
it was good.
So, man, let me ask you this before we get out of here. What are some of the qualities that you admire in friends?
It's got to be definitely something that makes me better. If I can't have somebody who's negative in any way. You know, I have 2 children that I raise on, you know, myself. And if you introduce negativity, it's not going to make anything positive. So you have to have somebody who's a positive influence in your life. And, you know, and it's just not just helping here. It's when they ask you for advice, you have to really give them something that's going to help them pursue the direction they need to go. You know, it may not necessarily be the right thing that you would want to do for yourself, but as a best friend, I will give you the information that I feel would be best for you.
And you do that, man. And you do that. I mean, he will tell me the truth, even if I don't want to hear it. Believe me, as an engineer and an analytical thinker, he will tell me things that I'm like, man, I don't even want to hear it no more. But the things that make me better, right? So I think that's some of the things you got to look out for. And sometimes when you grow up in foster care or adoptive care, and even in life, you got to make sure you surround yourself around people that you trust, and not just trusted by what you say, by what they do.
Yeah.
You know, and what he does and what I do for him, it equals a balance. So we both get deposits in our friendship bank, right?
That's right. And our families.
And our families. And that's right. And that's right. So I got a key to his house. He got a key to mine. So, is there anything else?
Man, other than I love you, I'm glad you're in my life, man. You've been nothing but that positive influence that people need to keep. And I thank you for it.
I love you too, dog.
All right.
I appreciate you. All right. This has been George Duvall. Check me out on YouTube. George Duvall channel. Come on Facebook. Come on YouTube. @Duvall George. My best friend Jay right here.
Holla.
Living
Stay
forward.
up.